What's the most healing thing you've ever done for your inner child? My mom beat it into me from a young age that my worth was directly, indisputably, irrefutably correlated with my beauty. When I was 6 years old, while all my friends were learning how to ride a bike, I was learning how to use lipstick without overlining. She made sure my diet was strictly optimized so that I wouldn't be a late bloomer for puberty. This combined with my genetics meant that by the time I turned 13, I looked like a fully grown woman. And as if this wasn't bad enough, my mom only bought me clothes that tethered on breaking my school's dress code. Bicycle shorts, spaghetti straps, crop tops, everything. Naturally, every guy wanted me. Not even just the ones in my class, the ones on the streets too. Whenever me and my mom walked together and I got catcalled, she'd squeeze my hand and remind me of what a bright future I had, that she was proud of me. On the other hand, if I didn't get catcalled or at least ogled, she'd give me the silent treatment. Even my teenage self knew what she was doing was wrong because teachers gave out to me all the time for being distracting. But I didn't care because to me, my mom's approval was like oxygen. Fast forward to now. I'm now 24 and I hadn't seen my mom since I left for college. This was mainly because of a car accident I had gotten into. It wasn't like I was left immobilized or anything, but there was scarring on my face. Very obvious. Large scarring. One that no amount of concealer could possibly hide. But last Thanksgiving, I finally faced my fears and went home to visit my mama. For the most part, I still looked pretty good, except I had dropped the whole clueless bimbo look and was more of a natural girly. I kept telling myself that I was my mom's daughter, that she would love me no matter what, that all that stuff was in the past. Turns out the drive over would be the highlight of our reunion, because as soon as she opened the door, her face fell. It was like that scene in Tangled where Rapunzel cuts her hair, and my mother, of course, was Gothel. "What have you done?" she roared. It was like there was something stuck in my throat and no words came out, but my mom didn't have that problem. "Really, Julia? After everything I've done for you, this is how you choose to repay me?" I heard footsteps behind her, and a man I'd never seen before, probably her 50th boyfriend, came to the door. His eyes ran along my body before saying, "I thought you said your daughter was beautiful." A tear fell from my right eye. "I'm sorry," I whispered, voice shaking. My mom was about to say something, but I didn't have the strength to hear it, so I just left. As I sat in the front seat of my car, I did what I spent my entire life doing. I grabbed a mirror from my purse and stared at myself. "You're disgusting. You're ugly. You are a worthless piece of shutty," were all phrases that instinctively filled my head. But that time, I did something I'd never done before. "No," I said out loud. I started to admire my features. I looked at my eyes, the way they shone in the light, the way they told the world that I wasn't just a pretty face, that I was a woman with a story. Smile lines filled my cheeks, and instead of hating myself, I smiled even harder. It was like I was having an awakening. I didn't need to be beautiful to deserve love, and as much as that realization made me smile, it also made me angry, because it meant my mom was wrong, that I never deserved to be objectified at such a young age, that I never deserved to be forced to flaunt my assets on Instagram, that I never deserved to be constantly reminded that beauty is something that requires complete devotion. I immediately stormed out of my car and walked back up to my mom's front door. Her boyfriend answered again. I pushed past him and walked right up to her. While locking eyes, I grabbed the makeup remover wipes from my purse and cleaned my face. I swear I thought she was going to faint, but I hadn't had enough. Not yet. So I marched upstairs, grabbed a handful of her most expensive eyeshadows, scooped them out onto the marble floor with my bare hands before smearing it everywhere. My mom slapped me across the face, but I didn't care, because for the first time ever, I was the one in control. So when she tried her usual speech and said, "You're going to die alone, no man will ever want you," I just walked out. But this time, it was for good. I had no intention of ever being in contact with her again. When I got home, I cried, not just for me, but for my inner child, the one who never got a childhood, the one who never got the chance to enjoy life. I ended up crying myself to sleep. I woke up the next morning to my phone buzzing. It was the 23rd missed call I had received. I didn't pick up, and instead listened to the voicemails. The first one was angry, the second was threatening. By the 10th, my mom was practically begging to talk about this rationally. The full story is on the channel, link below.